Welcome to another episode of the Terry Davis Memorial Stream. Today we're going to discuss the possibility that he might still be alive, because we have no actual confirmation besides some posts. We're going to look at the boards today, look at other people's allegations and claims that he's still alive, and we're also going to watch a lot more videos of Terry. We're going to pray that YouTube honors fair use and free speech and allows us to show the work of this man who, according to the American Disabilities Act, should have the right to say what he wants and express himself. Sometimes the words Terry uses are coarse, but if you look deeper, there are hidden meanings in the phrases he uses and how he paints the picture for you. Let us start with some Terry Davis footage, and I want you guys to also tell me what you've heard in the chat. Obviously, people are blaming the original source of information, which is The Temple, another YouTuber that likes Terry. And you can't help that people are suspicious. But we are going to look on both sides of the equation, play devil's advocate. We do know Terry's family's Facebook is locked because people have harassed them in the past. We also know the other side of the coin, the spectrum. Before this happened, for the past 3 weeks, people have been in uproar on 8chan talking about how Terry's handlers are abusing him, stealing his money, not giving him his donations, not allowing him to get the word out, deleting all his videos, and silencing him. So there are rumors out about that we have to address, because the people would like to know. Is Terry okay? Was he getting his donations? Were they a part of the king's downfall? I think the people will want to know the answers to these questions. I know I do. As of a couple weeks ago, his site was completely gutted and new code was put in. The IRC was shut down. And it's not just me that was worried about it. Obviously, many people voiced their opinions on the boards. And I don't know if this was a grand scheme by some people to try to monetize off Terry or make a YouTube channel based off of Terry's work. I'm not sure. But I do know we'll get to the bottom of it collectively. And we'll know everyone's intentions at the end. At the very least, we're here today because of the alleged idea that Terry is passed away. We hope he's not, and we need to get solid sources before we can confirm fully. But we're going to continue the memorial, and we're going to play some great Terry videos. 1 second, though. Okay. Gonna turn the music off. we're setting this up right now. I got a good first video for you guys. Alrighty. This is from hold on. Warm it up. 1 second. This I think is from the
we want what do you call it? Granular selection. We don't really want that's one theory. You could just granular selection is like a bunch of men with rifles. Like nukes are kind of like not so granular, you know, or high. We want granular selection. Lots of men with rifles instead of like nukes, but like gas is an option. We don't want nukes. No nukes. But anyway, so in America, the Surgeon General has determined under King Terry, cowardism is the number one public health crisis in the nation. Cowardism. The King Terry has mandated everybody fucking smoke cigarettes. We're going up against goddamn pussy China. They goddamn wear air masks when they're fucking, the fucking faggots go around with the little fucking, you ever see the little faggots over there with the fucking air mask? Goddamn, every American has to smoke cigarettes because we are not fucking pussy China, okay? It's important. Pussy fucking China. All the Americans fucking smoking cigarettes. So fuck it. You have to smoke cigarettes. You have a patriotic duty to insult the pussy China. Fucking smoke cigarettes. Fuck you, pussy China. So, as for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty. But they made the images of their abominations and other detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them. I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, for the robbers shall enter into it and defile it. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Bullshit, Mr. God. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, these prophecies are bullshit. But they're funny, right? Fuck you. What? No, they are.
This is the Dark Templar saga.
They're bullshit. So
before the seances, we're gonna watch all these Black Hood glory. So his YouTube, from my knowledge, was under control because people were uploading their own personal titles, and sometimes they were lazy and didn't upload titles, like you're seeing here. So let's start with. I'm gonna try to go in an order. I mean, they're numbered poorly.
Okay, I'm a space brain. God said He wants the pomp of the strong to cease. Like, no more pomp in the military. Let's go fucking Viking. Fuck it. Like, goddamn fucking the Viking. At one point, God said no helmets in America. Military. No helmets. Fuck it. In other words, we show our glory. Fuck it. You're a bunch of ugly ass fucking little niggers. Fuck you. We're goddamn fucking glorious. Fuck yeah. Fucking grooming standards. Fuck you. Fucking little Chinese fucking nigger. Of course, we're sending our vile people over there, but Mr. Terry's like in charge of the comedy, so fuck it.
I'm pulling up the image slideshow. We'll discuss a little bit. Just test something. Perfect. We're on the fly here, boys. The picture you see on the screen is Daniel Day-Lewis. He quit his acting career the day Terry died, allegedly. You think he's going to be the lead role in the Terry Davis movie that comes out? Who knows? But I do know this. I want you to spread this channel, this link into all the boards. Let's get all minds together. Let's link up. Let's become true detectives and figure out what happened. There's a lot of questions here. Was he in? We will find out. Internet's a little wonky today, so I apologize for any dropped frames. But we're going to keep this boat going in the right direction. Let's do the next video. And I'll read the chat and adjust the chat after this next one. I'm just going to go down the list, otherwise we're going to confuse it. I don't have them in chronological.
Okay, let's assume I'm addressing the American military. Here's your mission. I am King Terry, the Cult King, and my mandate from my orders from God are to kill the vile people. And he wants 200 million leftover Americans. So that means my mandate is to kill 130 million Americans. He didn't talk about other countries, but the Bible says a third of the world gone. So anyway, I've decided in my infinite wisdom that we're going to attack China with a force of 130 million. What is our objective? To kill the vile people. And
we have to write this down. Invade China, eliminate the vile people. Check, check.
You could call it a suicide mission, but that's not really the King David census. God took mercy, right? So let's just assume there's going to be some mercy, right? So this is going to be a force of men and women. I'm not really in favor of women fighting, but see, here's the deal. When you kill people, if you choose, it's not good. If God chooses, it's better. So in the military, lots of times God makes a choice, right? Who lives, who dies. Now it's kind of rude to do a war to kill your people. Why don't we make our mission to kill 800 million Chinese people? Because they got a fucked up country, they need to be fixed, right? So love your enemies. China, you got a fucked up country, we're gonna fix your country. Love your friends more. So now if you're a Nazi, you keep it secret, and it's a lot more humane. If it's not a secret, then you better offer hope of survival, and that's what a war offers, because you got a hope and you got a snowball's chance in hell of living, right? So we need a shit ton of airplanes. Davis Monthan Air Force Base has a bunch of B-17s, a bunch of old shit. Why don't you literally come up with a design that gets us a shit ton of airplanes? I don't know. What do we want? 10 million airplanes or some shit like that? 20 million airplanes? I don't know. That's what we're talking about. How the fuck we do that? I don't know if that's physically possible with resources. But maybe we got to get like God's favorite airplane is the Japanese Zero.
There is so much here. There is so much here. If there's a video that comes up that needs to be rewound or said again, and the chat will decide on that. I mean, this is amazing stuff right here.
God's favorite airplane is the Japanese Zero. The Japanese fucking Zero is made out of origami and what do you call that? Rice paper. The Japanese fucking Zero is made out of origami and rice paper. That's God's favorite. Fuck it. We're going to send a shit ton of Japanese Zeros over there. Fuck it. Can we make goddamn Japanese Zeros? Like at the end of the war, what did the Japanese do? They mastered how to make the motherfuckers out of fucking balsa wood and goddamn fucking, okay, we're going to, I'm serious. God's favorite airplane is a goddamn Japanese.
You understand? He's not just saying this out of his ass. There's like calculations involved in this. Computations involved. God, it's the reason why it's God's favorite plane is because it's made out of balsa wood. It is like the lowliest of all the planes and the most fragile, but it did the most damage. Can you see? Can you identify this?
Zero. Now, God wants his creation glorified and not man's creation. What is man's creation? Man's creation's a fancy ass airplane. God's creation's a fancy ass pilot. So it would make God very, very happy.
Man, another. I gotta rewind that one.
Man's creation's a fancy ass. Now, so it would make God very, very happy if we send goddamn Japanese Zeros over there with like I don't know, kamikaze pilots. That'd be funny as hell. Kamikaze American pilots. I know that's like Independence Day. Fucking. Well, anyway, so no, we don't do kamikaze unless they feel like they're. I don't know. Maybe they feel well. Fuck it. No, whatever. We don't do kamikaze. Fuck no. So, now somebody said American technology made its way over to Japan, or not Japan, China. Well, the good news is about Temple OS is it's gonna piss them off because it doesn't do their characters, and it's never gonna do their characters with the low resolution. So fuck it. Yeah, once you put goddamn Temple OS in a goddamn computer in a goddamn Japanese Zero made out of fucking balsa wood and rice paper, and we're gonna send them motherfuckers over there. I don't know, glider motherfuckers. I don't know. What? How the fuck you? So, Hitler. There's a thing on the internet called Hitler meets Chuck Norris, and it's like, oh no, he sent Chuck Norris. He puts the laugh in slaughter. So fuck it. The Nazis are very very awful people, but let's try and put the laugh in slaughter. Fuck it. That's my mission. Because it's not very funny, right? You got to keep morale up. We keep the morale of the country up. We're putting the laugh in slaughter. Fuck it. It's probably not going to get very funny, but Mr. Terry's going to do his best to put the laugh in slaughter. Fuck it.
Well, let's discuss. Let's talk a little bit about Terry, and let's discuss that I've done a lot of live streams in the past 3 weeks, and I've got my settings dialed in with no drop frames, even at 60 frames per second. And today, at some reason, at 30 frames per second, my internet is having issues. I've dropped 863 frames, 2.4%. Since the last measurement. So again, I apologize to that, but it definitely is the glowers. For the normies out there, let me explain to you, Terry is interconnected with all the subjects you research. He's connected in the IRL streaming scene. He's the only IRL streamer that does it for love, passion, and himself. He is part of the whole satanic ritual abuse investigations because Terry calls out the vile people. And he tells us about how the CIA experiments on people and the chemical castration pills. He is the anti-AI professor. If it's confirmed the king still lives, we still have a chance to defeat the AI. If Terry is dead, we have no chance against the artificial intelligence. Terry was going to design the anti-artificial intelligence chip. He was going to develop the source code to defeat the AI, the destruction code, the Exodus code. He invented 3D printing, and the glowers stole that idea from him. He's connected to the truth movement because all Terry's messages contain deep truths. So while the normie truthers out there are continuing their fight, I commend you. It's a good thing. You know, we have, but right now, the core Terry Templars, we're mourning right now, if he has passed away. But we're also in hope on the fact that he might not be. If you go to Double Chan right now on poll and search Terry, you'll see the thread we will be discussing in a little bit and breaking down different people's theories if Terry's dead. Let's watch a couple more Terry videos. Long live the king.
But we're gonna put Temple OS on board all the military system, on board all the military vehicles. What you call it? Vehicles, airplanes, all that shit. You gotta have at least a Temple OS station, even if it's not controlling anything. Why is that? Because there's a lot.
All the info about his death is based off of a Facebook post from the Temple, the YouTube channel, The Temple. He posted it on Twitter, but I think my moderator here, Stonar, personally was able to see the woman's Facebook page before they, I don't know. But otherwise, we know, I'll show the original tweet, but could it be an elaborate joke or hoax? We're going to read the Anon's thoughts on the board. I have it pulled up. Yep, pulled up. So we're going to look at that later. But first, some more words. Because in that 4chan, the Double Chan thread, people are questioning the Temple, you know, calling him a liar and stuff, wanting more proof, which is understandable. But specifically, the Temple, he's like all of us. We joke around. And he joked around about Joe Rogan being killed a couple weeks ago. But I don't think it had any connection to any projects or promotions he was doing. I think it was just a joke. But people on the Double Chan board were using that as their evidence. 1 second. We gotta pause the music. This is Terry's white people music.
Board time spent in boredom. You should be praying because it's gonna save your ass. So like, you better start praying, motherfucker. You want to live? Start praying, motherfucker. I want illuminated manuscripts. I want hymns. I want illuminated manuscripts. I want goddamn paladins, okay? I want Templar, okay? That's what we're gonna have.
Yeah, exactly. Anon's right. The Joe Rogan thing, I've seen that way before. So it was a little of a stretch for the double board people to say that. We're gonna look at the whole thing though. Break it down, and we're gonna find out what we think is going on.
The force of this, right? Because we're gonna get everybody talking with God, right? Because like a lot of my people have successfully talked to God. You gotta tell them funny shit, man, and your life depends on it. Because literally, maybe you're gonna do a glorious death. But anyway, why don't you pray for a glorious death? How about that? I'm vile. I'm praying for a glorious death. Wait, I want to kill. King David had to present, I don't know, a heap of foreskins to his father-in-law. Hey, here's a heap of goddamn nigger dick. No, what? Oh, anyway. So,
here's a pile of Canaanite foreskins for you.
There's some brutal shit in there. Hey, if you think we're brutal, we ain't fucking shit. Like, let's be. Okay, so I gotta put the laugh in slaughter. So let's just talk to God right now. What? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, The broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and her high gates shall be burned with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary. No shit, man. I swear to God, these things are random. Literally, what? Isn't that funny? They're broad walls. Hey, pussy, we're coming over here. What? So, Pussy China. The on the map it'll say Pussy China, right? Because goddamn it, how'd you get 130 million people, or 100? How'd you get 1.3 billion people in your goddamn country? You bunch of pussies. You should have been doing like war. Fucking pussies. Pussy China on the map. Okay, what's going on in Pussy China? Let's see. I don't know. Like all the news reports. What's going on in Pussy China? I don't know. What?
China's the real threat. Terry knows.
How about that? So, gentlemen, you can be comforted.
I think we heard this one, but let me double check.
So, we want what do you call it? Granular selection. We don't really want. That's one theory. You could just granular selection is like a bunch of men with rifles. Like nukes are kind of like not so granular, you know, or high. We want granular selection. Lots of men with rifles instead of like nukes. But like gas is an option. We don't want nukes. No nukes. But anyway, so
yeah, we heard that one. We can always listen to it again, but we're gonna do all these Black Glory videos, and then I want to go down to my WebM collection. The people on his board, I think he might have been uploading in WebM format or something. I don't know. But they weren't naming them at all, so we're going to go through these and we're going to name them ourselves so we have good catalogs. And you're going to help putting you guys to work today.
So, like, why don't we, like, try and kill the vile Chinese and do them a favor? Which of the Chinese are vile? I don't know. To be quite honest, the American Indians were...
I see someone saying no nukes. That's like Terry is Big Boss. He's Naked Snake. He's John. He wants to denuclearize the world and bring men back to men. Real men fight with fists or guns. That's it. Nothing else.
Slaughtered because mostly they were ugly. That was pretty much.
You're allowed to fight with knives only on equal terms. Like a duel, but like, you know, these sometimes the 12 tribes of Italy, they love their knife work, pulling knives on people unfairly.
But like, there's some leftover beautiful ones, right? I don't know. How about? Well, anyway, the gooky ones. How about that? The gooky ones. Okay, hit them particularly hard. What? We go after gooky China. We invade the gookier regions of China. Fuck them up real bad. Fuck it. Hey, gookier China. Fuck you. Let us slant eyes, whatever. Heard a joke about a slant pussy. I don't know what the hell is slant pussy. Okay. New subject. Mr. God says.
Anon's saying this is bigger than our lives. This is all interconnected, I agree. Everything's connected. There are no such thing as coincidences. If you're a normie truther and you're telling me there's a coincidence there, there's two coincidences, there's no such thing as coincidence. So, yes, this is much bigger than all of us could imagine. And observing Terry in these words, it's like we're like children and we're looking into a well, an empty well. And at the bottom of a well, way deep down inside, we hear a voice, a man calling out to us and telling us information that we can't comprehend. Some of us can. Some of us are older. And I'm not even talking about age here. It's just the metaphors. Terry is like an advanced operating system, and we're still at Windows 98. And we're trying to activate stuff in Windows 10 that hasn't even been developed yet. We're still like we're running DX5, 7, You know, Terry's on DX 1314. Okay? So the normie might take things that Terry says and twist them. But there is information within Terry's words that is a programming software to the humans. The Bible is the operating system for Western society.
You can't smoke at the library. Wait, I gotta hide this. What is it? It's all done. Smoking in the boys' room. Teacher, don't feel me. Up with your rule. Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. He shall enter into the glorious land, but many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of the hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand upon the countries. The land of Egypt shall not escape. Like you just do that a substitution and shit.
So he's telling biblical Israel, the spokespeople for God's telling them, don't worry about Egypt. That's one of the enemies. But I'll even make your enemies the enemies of your enemy. The Ammonites, the Moabites will come against Egypt.
Fuck it. It's like,
Right, he shall have power over the. Break this down metaphors. So God will help you, that you won't even have to lift a finger and fight. He'll make your enemies fight amongst themselves. That's what he's saying, in my opinion. And I'm just giving my opinions here too. All of our opinions we can inject and let matter.
Treasures of gold and silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But tidings of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with a great fury to destroy and utterly make away many. Utterly to make away many. He shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas of the glorious holy mountain. He shall come, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Yeah, it probably doesn't end well for King Terry. Probably ends up, I don't know. Yeah, it probably doesn't end well for King Terry. Probably ends up, he shall come, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Yeah, it probably doesn't end well for King Terry. Probably ends up, I don't know, executed or some shit like that. But it's a mission from God. So like if your lot in life is to be Hitler, be a glorious Hitler. Fuck it. Because everybody's got a soul, everybody's got a mission from their, the tabernacles of his many. Utterly to make away many. He shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas of the glorious holy mountain. He shall come, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Yeah, it probably doesn't end well for King Terry. Probably ends up, I don't know, executed or some shit like that. But it's a mission from God. So like if your lot in life is to be Hitler, be a glorious Hitler. Fuck it. Because everybody's got a soul, everybody's got a mission from their creator. So like be the most glorious goddamn Hitler. If you're born to be Hitler, be the most glorious goddamn Hitler.
Amazing. Did he just prophesy the end for himself? The mission from God. It's not going to end well for Mr. Terry. Powerful right here. I'm going to rename this video once we're done with it.
Make God happy. You're going to hell. Fuck it. So like, why don't we like
Black Hood Glory? We got to keep that in there, but let's I just want to be able to see. Okay, where the fuck did that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch more above this. Man. Bellagio's dropping the ball, boys. We're going to go back to the beginning. This was one whole saga of videos. That's why they're all interrelated.
So it's dinosaur hour in heaven. Hey, look. Hey, little farmers that work real hard. Some of us can entertain God because we're geniuses. Some of us can't. Okay, it's just the way it is. I'm king. King is fundamentally king. You're peasants. Fuck you. And that's just the way it is. So I'm a genius. Fuck it. I gotta do what I gotta do, right? I might get shot in the head or some shit, right? So fuck you, right? Fuck you. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Hey, Jesus did his 30 years. Then he's like, fuck this. I'm walking off in the fucking wilderness. And fuck you. And wash your goddamn feet. Because I'm a fucking soldier. And St. Paul said, fuck you. Remember my chains, Archie Puss. Hey, Archie Puss. Remember my fucking chains. How many times have I been locked up in a fucking mental hospital? Hey, fuck you. Fucking farmers and shit. Fucking getting locked up and goddamn fucking castrated with the goddamn medications and shit. Fuck you. Fucking, you big boy, big old boys, aren't you? Hey, fuck you. Look at the good things you got. As Jesus said to Judas. Like, what's his face? Judas is like, why'd you put the ointment on? Wait, I didn't put the ointment on. Hey, fuck you, Judas. Look at the good things you got. You'll miss me when I'm gone, motherfucker. You fucking faggot. Big dick motherfucker. You fucking farmers and shit. Fuck you. Kill yourself. You miss me when I'm gone. Hey, fuck you.
Did you see that like back on like the counter in the back?
I work hard. God says, we're doing dinosaur hour. But when Israel went out of Egypt, the house of Jacob, from a people estranged.
We all have different missions, but we all need to unite and fight together, side by side. All the righteous people against the vile people. We are here for Terry. Terry is happy, if he is passed away. But if he's not, and this was a ruse, the entire wrath of God's army is going to come down upon the people that made these claims. If they made the claims for bad reasons, we need to use this moment, whether he's gone, whether he is here still, because we need to bring awareness to Terry that he's more than just a meme for the normies and for Mr. Medicare. That Terry is top tier IQ level.
Language, Judah was his sanctuary, and Israel his dominion. The sea saw it and fled. Jordan was driven back. The mountains skipped like rams, then the little hills like lambs. What ailed thee, O sea, that thou fled, thou Jordan, that thou was driven back? Ye mountains that skip like rams, ye little hills like lambs. Tremble, thou earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of God of Jacob, which turned the rock into standing water. Which turned the rock into standing water. The flint into fountains of waters. Okay, I feel pretty guilty. I have to do some work, so I'm going to make up a Moses comic for Mr. God. I'll try and do a good one. It's kind of like being a staff writer for The Simpsons or something. Mr. Conan O'Brien. Wait. So, Moses says, wife. Okay, let's see. No, the wife says, the bed's not comfortable. Moses says,
So when they first started putting them in, like...
Moses says, yeah, it is, because you're so... I don't know, you're so fat, or something like that. You kind of make it, like, work, right? I guess you gotta, like... Wait. No, Moses says, that's because I'm skinny and you're fat. How about that? Wait, okay, it's sort of... Okay, like, Solomon... Everything was gold. King Terry, we got some copper, some silver, a little bit of gold. So let's see what Mr. God says. I was gonna roll my cigarette, but go ahead. These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: the proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
North Carolina, so he was like,
A heart that divideth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speak lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep thy father's commandment, forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. When thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. It shall talk with thee when thou awakest. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. Reproofs or instruction are for the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. What's that one song? Pink Cadillac, Pink Cadillac. Moses, how's that go? What was it? How's that song go? Eve tempted Adam with an apple, but I ain't going.
I'm just reading the chats here. I have my mic unmuted. I'm going to burn one for Terry. But Terry, the whole of Terry is his IRC gypsies to fully be reliant on God. Because if he had no control of that, then truly it was God making everything happen. I think if we reignite the crusade and bring God back into the picture, that's what's going to save us.
For that, it was her pink Cadillac. That's sweet. He tempted her with her eyelids. Wait. Strange women. Yeah, there's this rap battle, Marshak versus Green Beret. Look it up on YouTube. Maybe I can post it. It's these soldier guys. It's a pretty good one. And there's a woman on there who's a very exotic looking woman, and she's got eyelids that are, I don't know, green or something. So Solomon, his downfall was the foreign wives or something. Dude, man, 700 is like quite a few, you know. Like, he must have had serious boredom issues or something. Wait. So, like, I was just thinking,
If you go to Mother's when you go through here? Yeah.
men are no saints necessarily. I'm just catching the what do you call it? This big dick thing was news to me. Holy shit! It's like huge. It's like game over, little dick. It's like what? I was unaware. Game over. So like, men probably aren't very much saints either, right? That's what Terry's like. I was becoming a bad boy, like. So I can do this telepathy thing, right? So after a while, I was like, fuck it. Love them and leave them. I don't know. It's like, maybe that's what you're supposed to, like, if the women aren't saints, I don't know. It's like, game over, little dick won't even talk to you. Then Mr. Terry becomes Mr. Love him and leave him. Like, fuck it. They ain't saints. Fuck it. I was feeling pretty.
This is a good one. He's breaking down. Yeah, I didn't think we got showed quite yet, but definitely having some weird streaming issues today. No settings were changed on my end. No internet was changed on my end. Put the mic a little closer. There is something. We had more people watching last night too. At least last night's stream didn't go bad. And I'm going to be re-uploading last night's stream today. I just had to edit out something. And I'll put that back up so you can see the high energy of last night. Over 100 people, my biggest stream yet. And it was really good energy, man. Everyone was pressing F. We were hailing the king.
Good about myself. I was like, well, damn, look at that. Okay, so like last night, a girl was set up camp in my sleeping spot, and I was like, hey, where am I gonna sleep? And she says, right there. So I went under their cover, and I voodooed her for a while, and then like I was in trouble for like, I don't know, we were like Diana, you know. But like, so she's like, I can clairvoyantly see her fucking people, right? So like, but you have to remember, that's the covenant. God said that's the holy covenant. You have to share Diana. So she fucks people, and I don't. What kind of covenant is this? No, you don't understand. Her pussy needs to get fucked. There's like, okay. What? And then not Terry. Okay. Yeah. Well, you masturbated all your life. Yeah. Okay. Well. So I was like, fuck it. And God reminded me, it's the Holy Covenant. You have to share Diana. She's like, she's like 20. She's turned 29. There's like 48. So you have to kind of figure, you're not really equipped to satisfy. If you're not really equipped to satisfy, she's like a raging nymphomaniac. So like, you know, it's the right thing, I guess. But no, Terry, no, you're not. This works for her, but not you. Okay. So like, but like, there's perfect justice. You know this, right? So it's gonna happen, right? I don't know. Like, that's just my theory. It's perfect justice. Because like Mary, a sword's gonna pierce her heart. What can you do? What can you do? Joseph, what did Joseph cheat on her or something? That'd be kind of funny. What? That'd be hilarious. No. It's because Jesus got killed. Oh, that's beautiful. I'd rather Joseph cheated on her. Joseph's is like, fuck you, Mary. You know, Jesus disowned Mary like 3 times. It's like, at the wedding feast, it's like, hey, Jesus, they don't got wine. Jesus is like, hey, mother, what concern is it of mine? And then like, the next time it's like, hey, Jesus, your brothers and mother are here. It's like, no. All these dudes, anyone that does my will is my brother and mother. And then like the 3rd time Jesus disowned her, it's like on the cross, he's like, hey, John, there's your mother. Hey, mother, there's your son. So like Jesus like disowned his mother like 3 times. Fucking bitch. So like,
that's good. Pardon me. Yeah, I don't like how Anon. I don't like how Nathan says that Seth Rich never existed. Like, I follow my gut instinct and my mimetic telepathy. Seth Rich, I believe, existed. Did Rich Russell exist? Or was he just the meme? Like, was that a remote control plane? We do know that the man, Rich Russell, is a great man. But there's so many so many intricacies with these type of rabbit holes and researching this stuff. That's why I keep a very open mind, and I'm not afraid to retract something if I'm wrong. I haven't had to do that yet.
It's like God said He's sinking the migrant ships. I'm like, so Terry's been like king for a long time, like, so like been talking to all the world leaders and stuff, right? So like, the Pope's listening in. He's like, I'm like, hey, Pope, man, I don't know how he's got ears to hear. I don't know how that shit works, but anyway. So he's like, save the migrants. I'm like, what? I just told you God's sinking the migrant ships. I'm like, hey, Mr. Pope, get the battleships, shell the fucking migrants, get the U-boats. The Germans out there with their U-boats. Anyway.
This is a good.
So like,
a lot in this one.
What? It's the God of the Old Testament. No, the Old Testament God is Satan. Someone told me that. The Old Testament God is Satan. What? Apparently it is not really reading half the Jesus stories. It's like they got very selective hearing. You know, that's the thing. The stories are.
Harry knows what I know, that the Old Testament, the Christian biblical Old Testament, throughout the whole thing prophesizes Jesus Christ specifically, and Jesus fulfilled over like 300 prophecies that were foretold thousands of years before he was born, and many other cults copied him. Like the newbies say, oh, the cult of Mithra is underneath the Catholic Church, and that's where they got Jesus from, because the Catholic Church is the authority. No, you stupid retard. Okay? The Catholic Church is shit. It's been disowned. We are the church. You are the church. So, people need to understand that the statistical calculations to fulfill 300 of these prophecies 2,000 years beforehand, it's like one in, the number is above the trillions, like, and Jesus won that lotto.
Different marching orders for different people, right? Like half the Jesus stories are wicked, and half like burn the chaff, kill the ones that ain't got any fruit, burn the trees that ain't bearing any fruit. Like anyway, so like, but people got selective hearing. Like someone said Jesus is not a racist, and then I was like, hey God, that person said Jesus is not a racist. So then I open up the Bible, and it says a Samaritan woman was begging for something, and Jesus says it's not right to give the children's food to dogs, and she's like, hey please, but the dogs got scraps. She's like, okay.
Great
so
story,
Jesus is
though.
not a racist.
So yeah, it's true. Like at first, God changed his mind. Jesus changed his mind because the woman, her intention, and she didn't give up. It's a lesson on not giving up. It's also a lesson that Jesus is for everybody, beyond the children. Like he was talking about, like the Israelites. We are the real Israelites. It's a paradox. One of God's senses of humor. You know, he has a sense of humor. So I don't know if you see the irony in it, but
I'm just trying to figure out some of these autobiographical stories, like the Good Samaritan. Like, did Jesus get his ass beat on the road, and like that's what happened? And the Jews are pussies. I think, is that like a universal thing? Like the Samaritans are like ballsy. Like Irish got balls. They'll fucking fight. Irish will fucking fight. Maybe the Jews are all pussies. It's just a theory. And then another thing is like the Romans got balls. Yeah, fuck yeah. The Jesus Christ Superstar, he's fucking making fun of him. What kind of answer is that? Like a Jewish answer. So you're a king? It's you that say I am. What do you mean by that? There's a thing about manliness, is like in the military, you just like, you admit the shit and you say it straight up. And it is typically Jewish to say, so you're a king. It's you that say I am. That's like a classical Jewish, like, so like we're talking about Irish be Irish, like Diana or somebody like who I thought was Diana said, girls are meant to be cute. And this was as we're talking about Jews are meant to be Jews, girls are meant to be cute, not funny, cute, not funny. And like, so that is totally Jewish. It's you that say, all the other men in the world are like, that's totally not manly. Like, have the balls to admit to shit. The first time I got a DUI, it was like, how do you plead? Well, I don't remember driving because I blacked out, right? So like, is that how you plead? Yeah. So I was like trying to be like I don't know, like trying to dodge the shit or something, right? So they like, I pled no contest. The second time I'm like, fuck it, guilty. That's the thing, man. That's the difference in like a coward and a veteran is like, there's this one, Jefferson Davis, after the war, or when the war was ending, he dressed up in a petticoat, because he was like trying to sneak out like a woman or something. And the first time you experience fear, you're probably going to do something cowardly. The second time you're going to be ballsy. The second time, if it happened again, Jefferson Davis would be like, fuck it, I'm right here. But anyway, so that's the difference in a veteran and a coward. So guys, where was I?
And then there would still be a car.
There was a man of Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? He can enter a second time into his mother's womb and be born. Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, cannot enter the kingdom of God. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, that is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I say unto thee, Thou must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, thou hearest the sound thereof, cannot tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. Well, let's just stop here.
Until we get the evidence. We're like the internet peasants living out in the fields. We're waiting for the real news that the king is dead. We've heard rumors. We've seen posts that are pretty conclusive. Let's take a look. I'm going to bring up the temples where we got the source from. But it seems like this is like there's been pranks before in the past. Well, we're gonna look at some of these Facebook posts because it really seems like he is passed away, and we really hope it's not true. Let's pull up the... Yes, I should. And I'm sorry for the first stream ever, besides my very first test when I was getting the settings down pat. And I usually stream at 60 frames per second. So we're even at half the frames delivered. And there's weird stuff going on with drop frames today. Not my CPU, it's only at 15% usage right now. It is internet bottlenecking, I'm positive. But anyway, here is the evidence why we believe Terry passed away, and we hope it's wrong. This is from... Perfect. This is from the Temple, Cthulhu, 2023-4. One moment. Oh, excuse me. Had to sneeze. So I got a message from him saying, like, bad news, yada yada, and then this information was going out. These are the first two posts. So it was this one. Our family lost a very special, bright, shining star. I'll leave it up for a minute so you guys can read. And then another picture here of the... Move my mic, hold on. Another picture here of the Facebook. It's Teresa Davis, Easter. Was that her sister-in-law? I'm not sure. And then also here's another one. Our family lost a very special, bright, shining star, Terrence Andrew Davis, born December 1969, Wisconsin. And it goes over the same eulogy. Okay. And now we're going to hop over to Double Chan, where the information broke. It's still over there. You could find it. And I would, if I were you, I would dig into this. And people don't believe it early on. But then, down the line here, let me show you some of the discrepancies. Hold on. Now, there's a lot more discrepancies in here. We're not going to go play by play. I'm going to show you the major ones. Go over to Double Chan, search on poll for Terry. Okay. Someone's asking, why does Terry need management for his donations? Anyone else think it's weird? And then the person responded, these guys are managing his donations. The people have been stealing from him all year and selling merch. They're profiting off him. The Vols, BO, and several... BO must be board owner. I don't know what Vol stands for. And several posters on tech are involved with it. Someone showed up about a week ago proving Terry no longer had control. Same assholes are the ones that have been keeping him homeless for Keck since he's lost his van. They've also removed his original code from his website and inserted their own code into it. The only way to get Terry's distro is from mirrors now. Anything on his website has been compromised. See cow, and then the post has been archived. And then people are really upset about that. Also from tech, where we originally found out the faggots were stealing from him. So basically, you want to go over to Double Chan right now on poll, search under the catalog for Terry, and then look for the Terry, and then look in here and start digging, because we need to find out exactly this guy's responding. It has been a wild ride on tech the last couple of months, but I'll share what I know. There are a group of these idiots from Poland that post under the group name of KKK, Cool Kids Club. An army of them showed up a few months back on tech, all with trip codes and shit up the board. They constantly lurk the Terry thread. Okay, one second. We'll look at the chat. Scale. Okay, I don't. Here, I'll try to do that. 1 second. Okay, let's scale down. I didn't realize that. I don't know how much you missed, but at least you're able to read it. Let's see if I could change it on the fly. I'm not able to downgrade it while we're doing it, unfortunately. But I adjusted the bit rate and I also cranked up the CPU. Put it on medium encoding. Let's. I would have to end the stream to upload to recalibrate it. We'll find out. We have 2,688 dropped frames, still at 2%. But I have enough overhead on the CPU where hopefully that'll pick up the... I mean, if the internet's screwed, I don't know how much we could do. We're gonna try this. Let's get back to the happenings. So I'm gonna continue here. They're just talking about the weird stuff that's been happening in the past months on tech and stealing from Terry, possibly trying to milk Terry for money as like a cash cow. I'm going to keep my phone a little closer so I can make sure. Naturally, Anon started to complain. The trip bags accused everyone of being some new guys from IRC. If anyone complained, I'm just trying to keep YouTube from hitting us. I ended up going on IRC one day to talk to the board owner. The board owner defended them and said I was the only one that was complaining. When it was obviously a bunch of other Anons, and took issue with the trips shitting up the boards. The trips continued to shit the boards up as Anons. Eventually this all leaked, stolen donations, and Terry no longer having control of his website. The Vol, which I still don't know what it stands for, started doing hardcore damage control. He threatened to dump people's post history and accused the Anon that leaked it of being the same scumbag and the trip fags always mention when people shit on them. Highly suspect. I told the Vol dumping post histories was a bad idea, and so did a few other Anons. All of us were banned that day for thread derailment. Vol has been doing hardcore damage control ever since. A few days later, this hoax of Terry's death started to spread. These assholes have a private Discord/IRC channel or someplace where they run 24/7 ops with each other. They're probably laughing in glee right now that this has spread so far and people are taking it for face value. There is zero proof Terry is dead, and no one in his family or friend would friend anyone they didn't know on Facebook because people harassed them, and Terry's first became an e-celeb. So we saw the Facebook post. They could be well edited. They could be. But we want real evidence, like an obituary in a newspaper. People like this. I'm the spokesperson now for this Anon. He wants real hard evidence. Terry can't post a video because they control his YouTube channel. Terry probably doesn't even know they've been stealing from him. His email is compromised, so even if he tried to put something up, they'll yank it down before anyone saw it. They've basically been gatekeeping Terry from the internet all year and don't allow him to make contact with anyone unless they sign off on it first. That's why you rarely see him upload videos. That's why his channel is regularly wiped clean. That's why he doesn't have any food to eat, and despite merch sales and donations. So again, go to Double Chan, read these infos. People are going to be on this. Now that this has leaked and gone so far, like, is this like a serial Harvey Weinstein type of people that they just want to get caught, you know? Because, or did they really think they could get away with it? If this is true. Again, these people like this, we love Terry. We love Terry. So, you know, we want to know if it's real, that's all. Because it's been fake before. And if it is real, people still want to know about this stealing. And if they caused him to die. Because maybe he should have been getting his real money to take a bus somewhere instead of walking 100 miles through the woods. Okay, so someone's responding to the original person. I just grilled them about this on Discord and they staunchly deny it. Specifically Mr. Mime and the Tebow. I asked him if he contacted Terry's family members to ask them what happened to Terry, and he said no, and spurred out, saying he would never put them through that. They already know how he died. He said that he was randomly logged out of the fake Terry Davis account because Terry's family members asked that the account be memorialized. I asked him why they would ask for an account to be memorialized. They know that it's not Terry's real account. Remember, he claims that he contacted Terry's family after they added him as a friend and told them he wasn't Terry. The temple stopped answering questions and told me to just believe Terry is alive. Just blowing it off. How much did you guys miss? Are we still skipping hardcore frames? Let's decide that first before. Yeah, it looks like we are. Okay, I just adjusted some more settings. Okay, let's end this stream, and I'm gonna start another stream with at 720p. So we'll adjust for the bad internet. How does that sound? Press 1 in the chat if I should do that. Stop the stream, restart the stream. Oh man, I thought I had chat. Okay, I should restart? Okay. So we're going to stop here. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes.